author of Mastering Probability, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters out there. Welcome. I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. You know, I absolutely love being here with you. Come rain, come shine, come computer problems, and it's the best time of my day. You know, there's nothing in life like doing what it is that you love to do. I mean, that, folks, that is what complete happiness is all about. And, you know, for those of you that are new listeners, welcome to the show. If you're joining us over in Spokane, thanks so much for spending your early morning with us. You know, it's a great way to get yourself into a peak state, get yourself into a mindset, you know, that really all the successful people on the planet use in order to be able to be all that they can be. You know, that's not just a commercial that the military uses. It's really a mindset. It's really a decision that you can make, and I appreciate the fact that you've made your decision to spend time with us. You know, the stats on the show continue to go up. Please continue to spread the word. If you're joining us on the archive in New Hampshire, I hope that things are starting to get back to normal for you up there with all of the snow that you've got. And if it's not getting back to normal, come on down here to Florida, because we've got some great weather going on. Come visit us here in Clearwater, Suite 618. We would absolutely love to see you. Now, you know, I've been doing this show here for almost a year. Pretty amazing how fast time flies. You know, the older you get, time really flies. In fact, I know Tom was mentioning he had read something somewhere. I've got to find that article that was talking about how, you know, the energy, the world is speeding up, if you will. And so maybe that's the reason why I got to keep resetting my clock on my computer to sync to what's going on inside the air. Could be a computer problem, but about a year ago when I started the shows, I used to end the show with my belief system, if you will. And that belief system, folks, is just simply that, you know, what I know, and I was thinking about this last night, is that you absolutely have an amazing power within yourself. And, you know, and that just really psychs me up. It juices me up. I know that typically we're just way too hard on ourselves. But the reality is that you do have an amazing power. And, folks, that power is so strong that it can help you accomplish anything. I mean, absolutely anything. It cures incurable diseases. It builds billion-dollar businesses. Mostly what it helps you do, folks, it helps you to achieve the vision of who it is that you want to be. And most of being able to do that is to overcome the hurdles that you face in life. And the hurdles, folks, are typically nothing more than boat anchors of a belief system that stops you from being who it is that you want to believe, you know, who it is that you want to be. And when you think about that, that's what true happiness is. Happiness isn't about how many boats, how many cars, how many houses, how much money it is that you have in the bank. I know plenty of people that don't have any of those things, yet they're the happiest people on the planet. I've been fortunate enough to travel all around the world. In fact, the poorest place, one of the poorest places that I'd ever been, was in mainland China. And I was deep into the areas of mainland China. I mean, we're talking outside the big cities of Shanghai and Beijing, you know, truly deep in there. What I noticed, you know, here was a communist country. What I noticed, and these are folks that didn't have running water, didn't have bathrooms, didn't have electricity for the most part, yet what I saw was that these were some of the happiest people on the planet. They didn't have cell phones. They didn't have any of that technology. But yet when you saw them, when you just physically, you know, you can look at somebody, you can tell whether somebody is happy or sad based on their demeanor. You know, for whatever reason, they were just simply happy with who they had become. It's not that they don't aspire to have more. I mean, we should all have some drive, some aspiration. You all want to understand what your potential is. I mean, that's really what the start of it all is about. And that's why when I say that you've got an amazing power within yourself, if you're just starting your day, you absolutely, please, you absolutely have to understand that power and that energy, because, you know, I think about it like this, and I get a lot of emails, and thanks for sending those emails to me. Please continue to do that, you know, because this show is more about just going into the markets. You know, right now the Dow is down 230, 240. You've got the NASDAQ down 50, and we'll come back to that. We'll come back to all of that aspect, but this is really all about you becoming who it is that you want to be, and how do you do that? And sometimes there's these little boat anchors that are out there that hold you back from life. That's your mind. It's your belief system. But think about it like this. You know, I don't know if any of you enjoy football, college football. I absolutely love college football. And one of the great games on Saturday was Saturday evening. It was Stanford USC. Game went to triple overtime. Now, I just bring up Stanford because, you know, good school. I didn't go to school out there or anything, but well-respected school. And the Stanford School of Medicine, their Institute of Biology, Regenerative Medicine, you know, they published a study, and I've read different studies about this, and scientists and biologists go back and forth, but I'm going to accept their findings, which is that every one of us, you and me, that we completely regenerate our own skin every 7 days, that every 7 years, that our entire cell structure and our skeleton is replaced every 7 years. And you think about it, the reality is most of the things that have happened in your past that stop you from becoming who it is you want to be, they occurred long time ago. Many, when you just simply were a child and you misinterpreted what somebody really intended to say to you, was likely a parent or some other situation, but the bottom line is you misinterpreted that event, and those things are what hold you back in life. Now, you're not that same person. You're not the same person you were, in essence, 7 years and 1 day ago. You're a totally new person. So you don't need to let any of that stuff hold you from becoming who it is you want to be. There's a lot of folks out there that have experienced a lot of pain when it comes to money with regard to being able to make money in these markets. There's a lot of distrust out there. I mean, you've got the stories here. You got MF Global, you know, supposedly 700 million or whatever the number is, and unaccounted for. People are going to take losses. There's probably uninsured, you know, amounts that are out there. You've got Bernie Madoff going on. You've got the governments, the sovereign governments, that give us nothing more than a line of marketing, you know, BS, if you will. I know I can say that live on the air here. But, you know, if you take a look, if you started getting underneath the covers of what they were pushing out to us last Thursday in the European Union, which I spent time doing, you know, I spent time over the weekend, and actually I think I have it figured out how the dollar could go down and the euro could go up. And we'll come back to that. Maybe we'll come back to that in our first segment. But I think I have that pretty well figured out. And if you've been listening to the show, you know that for me there's been this disconnect as to how is it that the dollar index went down so much and the euro got stronger as a result of the news. So I think I have that figured out, and I'll share that with you. But mostly what I want you to be able to do is, whatever that pain is that stops you from becoming who it is you want to be, sometimes it's just simply the challenge to succeed. You know, there's a lot of folks out there that might look at someone and say, how is that person so lucky? Why does it seem that things come so easy to that person? You might even say that about me for all I know. But the reality is, here's what I know, folks, that success is absolutely a challenge. That the challenge is there's going to be all kinds of negative events, or just simply events that are going to be tossed into your life. There's going to be hurdles, and it's nothing more than a test to see how badly you really want it. You know, if you go out and you take a look at a successful person, folks, trust me, I'm going to say all of those people, it's a belief system they have, and it's about willingness to work hard. Those folks, myself, I'm working as hard as and I've always been a hard worker, and I love working hard. To me, it doesn't really feel like work. I spend my time, and when I'm doing my work, it's really all about growth. It's like trying to understand, how could the dollar index go down and the euro go up when they've got to issue all of this debt out there? And so for me, it's all about, you know, my mind. When you're working on growing, when you're working on trying to achieve something that you want to achieve, and one of the things that I really want to achieve, one of my real missions is to help you grow, is to help you overcome your hurdles, is to help you in this money game. You know, folks, if you haven't watched the 1-hour video that is on your members page, please go do it, because it's, you know, this is something that I started working on 30 years ago. 30 years ago, the power of one, the power of 1%. And it's really such a joy for me to be able to share that with you, to be able to put things down on paper and show you how that works. Whatever pain it is that you might have experienced in trading, whatever pain it is maybe you are experiencing now in trading, whatever is not working right, I can guarantee you didn't use the power of one. You know, yesterday, my subscribers and I, we sold a portion of one of our positions. The symbol is BORN, born. We sold it yesterday somewhere between 40 to 50%. Some folks sold it near the highs because it was an ABC pattern. There are these patterns that are out there. We also are short the euro, not the euro, we're short the yen, if you will. Yesterday, we made 6%. You know, we've had some losing trades. We have some winning trades. It's all about math. It's all about a distribution of wins and losses. And when you understand how to minimize your risk, folks, you too can have that same level of success. You'll be able to sleep at night. You know, you're not going to always have a winning trade. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you've minimized your risk and that you've given yourself the biggest potential for a gain. And in these markets here, you know, these markets that are going up and down, you actually can make a ton of money. We've got such a wide range here from the bottom to the top, a wide range of consolidation. And, you know, you've got great hosts that are here. You know, today at noon, you've got Don Kaufman, one of the best options guys. Ken Shreve at 3 o'clock. You've got Tom from 4 to 6. Tom and I will be back here, in an hour doing our Money Master show. I'm fortunate enough today to be able to do 3 hours with you, to actually do what it is that I love to do. But what I want you to do is just so much understand that, it's really about a mindset. It's really all about, I know a lot of you, I've got a lot of emails, and you're just you're waiting for a little light bulb to go on. Maybe it's trying to understand volume patterns. Maybe it's just Fibonacci patterns. Maybe it's ABC patterns. But stay with it. Stay with it. Continue to get coaching. The reason that I've gotten to where it is that I am is because of visualization and also leveraging the help of others, leveraging the help of Tom, leveraging the help of Larry Pesavento, leveraging the help of Tony Robbins, leveraging the help of you. When you guys send me emails, I read those things, I think about it, because you might throw out there a little different thought process or what have you, and I'm here to help you. We're all here to help you. You got Tiger Dollar, so you've got ways to make your dollar stretch into 30%. So we want to be able to help you to learn this money game. So look, if you haven't signed up, if you're not a member of TFNN, please do that today. Do that right now. It's a real simple process, and you'll get that 1% money management free webinar on your members page. It's called position sizing. You absolutely want to understand it. I don't care what level of trading you're at. You want to understand position sizing. Folks, when we get back, we'll go take a look at these markets. You've got everything trading down this morning. We'll be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make. Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's just wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Boy, everything is pretty much red on my screen. You've got the DAX down 340 points right now. You've got the FTSE down 177 in our market. The Dow futures down 2.25. NASDAQ futures down 51. S&P down 35. Going to be another one of those roller coaster days. Now, what I want to show you is what I think is probably the most important chart for you to be watching today. And folks, if you're not watching us on Tiger TV, please go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on the link there for Tiger TV. Watch the show. If you just happen to be picking up the audio archive, on your iPhone or your Android device when you get home, go back to Tiger TV channel 14. You'll see the show live. I want you to pay attention to the diamond chart, the DIA. That is the ETF for the Dow. And that right now is trading out at about 116 and change. I don't have the exact price on my screen, but if you're looking at actually my screen here right now, I've got a blue line that shows where that estimated open is. Now, the reason why this is such an important chart here, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, is because where this is going to open, and depending on how this trades today, what you could be creating is an island gap up here, an island reversal, if you will, a 3-day session. And where I'm going with that is just simply, if you go back and you take a look at, let me see here, if you take a look at the high from October 26th, you had 118.66. The thing gapped up. You've been up here for 3 days. You've got a void of price. Even if you go back and you take a look at the 119.16 on October 24th, the high up there, the low yesterday was 119.27. You have a void of price. And even though that's a few pennies, from a charting standpoint, folks, it's really, really significant. How significant? Well, we've got an island top reversal on the S&P, the SPY chart, if you will. We'll go back and we'll take a look at that. Now, it even has more significance because in this time frame, what we were doing was we were coming into that new moon perigee aspect that was also occurring when we had this P index state, this 17 planetary or 20, depending on which ephemeris it is that you were using, but a very powerful planetary index state. How powerful? We've had there was the 20th since 1800. There's only 35 and 300 years going out to 2100. In fact, the next one, this one occurred on October 26th, 2011. The next one, just amazingly so, occurs on October 26, 2015. These days, for whatever reason, how it works, I don't know. Just like electricity, how it works, I don't know. But the bottom line is, folks, the bottom line is that it does work, and you need to pay attention to them. So let's say that we've got an island, this very bearish pattern, by the way, very bearish pattern. So for this to occur at that same area, if you will, you want to pay attention to it. Now, we won't know if the pattern completes until we see how this session trades today. Anything can happen in these markets, right? let's take a look at this as being nothing more than a 0.786 retracement. You know, we take a look at patterns here. We take a look at retracements coming up and coming down and expansions, setting up ABC patterns. So if we take a look at the diamonds here, the ABC, the A point here that we'd start with is the July 21st high out there, 127.30. That would be our A point. Our B point would be the October 4th low that we created. That October 4th low, we had some good volume down there. You had 18 million shares. The low on that was 103.84. That's our B point. If you take a measurement between those two areas and you use your retracement ruler, well, what you see is the 0.786 of that area. That's and you've got really three that you'd look at, 382, 618, 786. The 0.786 area gives you to a price point of 122.28. Where does it get to? Well, on the 27th, it gets up to 122.58. That's pretty nice, 30 cents away. Closes below it. The following day, on October 28th, and that was after we had Europe had fixed the problems over there. They haven't even come close to fixing the problems, folks. The following day, you get a high of 122.24. Yesterday, you have a nice big down move. Still doesn't close that price area. That becomes our C point, the high of the 27th. That again was 122.58. Well, if that becomes the high, a 1-to-1 ABC takes us down to 99.08. Now that is absolutely logical. Logical why? Because at that price point, the 99.08, if you go back to the August lows, August of 2010, you're at 99.37 is the low that's out there. And why is that logical? Because if you went back, if you've been listening to the shows for a while, you know that in that August 24th, 25th time frame, we also had another very powerful planetary index. We had, I believe it was a 3 P index day and a 15 or 16, back to back. We also had, I believe, we had the full moon cycle as well, right along full moon or new moon, right around that same time frame. It makes sense that that's where this would go to. So you want to really pay attention to the diamond charts. That's the DIA, folks. We'll take a look at the SPYs when we get back. We'll take a look at how these markets open. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, more than 40 different mining equities, as well as some of the most popular precious metal ETFs, including the GDX and the SLV. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report that will help you take advantage of investment opportunities at the current historic gold price levels. To order your Gold Report today with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to tfnn.com or call our office directly at 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Give me a call. We can go take a look at anything that you've got on your mind, maybe part of your portfolio. And these markets are open, and we are absolutely off to the races. You've got the Dow down 283, the composite down 74, small caps down small caps down 19%, down 19 points, and the S&Ps are down 34. So I'm having a little technical difficulty here. So if you're struggling to follow us on Tiger TV, I apologize for that. Trying to get that all fixed up here now. The diamonds was what we were talking about before we went to break. Trading out right now at 116.47. You can see that it has absolutely left that island gap, island reversal, if you will. I don't expect that we're going to see the market move up in that area, but we'll just have to simply take a look at this, at the close today. So now let's go over. I was telling you that I think I figured out what is going on with regard to the dollar index and the euro when, we saw the euro get stronger and the dollar get weaker. And that's this. We're talking about the European Financial Stability Facility. You got to love these names, these marketing names, if you will, that these guys come up with. And what we're talking about here, folks, is, they put out this plan that this is how they're going to go ahead and wallpaper over all the problems that they've got in Greece, Italy, Spain, Portugal. You can go on and on. Well, the reality is that what they're trying to do here is issue bonds, and I believe they're trying to issue bonds that are going to be denominated in euros. So, and we're talking about, 1.7 trillion, 1.4 trillion, whatever the number is. So bonds issued in euros. They're talking about their Federal Reserve, if you will, the ECB, not necessarily participating as significantly as our Federal Reserve did. So if you wanted to buy one of those bonds, you'd actually have to sell your U.S. dollars, assuming that's what you carry, and buy euros. That would make sense as to how you would weaken the U.S. dollar and how you would strengthen the euro. Because if they're all denominated in euros, which makes sense, okay, you're going to be buying those things in euros, and so we're going to want to watch for that. We're going to want to watch to see if countries, whether it's China, whoever it is that might decide to step in. And now I can understand why the U.S. wanted, Europe to be able to fix it this way, to be able to leverage and push this off onto some other sovereign governments out there, some other folks. Because what Timmy Geithner would like to have is a weak dollar. Because we have a weak dollar. You take a look at our markets. Everything is denominated, in our case here, in dollars, whether it's gold, whether it's the S&P, whether it's the Dow. So I think I figured out, if you will, the angle and what it was that I was missing with regard to how could the euro get stronger, the dollar get weaker, and this was how they were going to fix all that stuff out there. So would love to know your opinion as well. Absolutely love to know your opinion as well. And, give me a call, 877-927-6648. And so let's continue on. Let's go take a look at the currencies out here. So let me go switch over to the currency charts. And on the currencies, what we're looking at here, let's pull this up. Now, what I've got up on the screen is the actual euro. And what you can see here, hopefully you can see this, you can see the Gartley buy pattern that was created right around the, let's see, the date would have been right around the 3rd of October. Makes sense, the 3rd, 4th of October. Now, when you have these Gartley patterns, what I've mentioned to you is you're typically going to do two things. You're going to retrace at least to the 0.382, and the retracement is going from the top, in this case here, the top of the euro right around the 149 level, down to the low that it made in that October 3rd, October 4th time frame. That's the first level. The second level is you're likely going to get to that 0.618. What does the euro do? It gets right to that 0.618. That price would have printed out at 142.5. The actual euro gets to 142.455. So it got up there. Now it's moving its way back down. You've got 2 days of long-range bars. The euro wants to get to 133.7, folks. That'll put some juice in our dollar index. King dollar is back. That'll put some pressure on the markets. We'll be right back, folks. 877-927-6648.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm having a little bit of technical problems, so I need some co-hosts. Give me a call, folks, 877-927-6648, and I'm going to try to get these charts back up here in the on TigerTV and in the den. And right now I just posted, hopefully this works out, just reposted the Euro chart. Let's go take a look at the dollar index. Let's go take a look at King Dollar, if you will, and see what's going on there. Now, when you take a look at the dollar index, what that is, folks, that is your basket of currencies. So the euro represents the biggest portion of that, and then you've got the Japanese yen. We take a look at the dollar index on a daily basis. You can see we came off of that bottom. Now, what's cool about this, when we talk about these Fibonacci retracement levels, expansion levels, it's great to continue to watch them work. And here, when we take a look at the dollar index, you go back to the August 29th low that we had out there, 73.57, all the way up to the high at $80.43 on October the 4th. And what's it do? The dollar index actually pulls back to the 0.786 area. 75.03 was that area. It got down to 74.86. Now, you came down there. This was an ominous-looking bar here. You came down with a real wide, real long-ranging bar. What that typically signals is you've got lower prices to come. And, you don't, we were in the trade at the 0.618 level, ended up getting stopped out on the trade here. The trade here was to go long the U.S. dollar via the UUP. We ended up getting stopped out on that. I did not want to step back into this on the at the 75.03 area, just simply because of that wide range bar. Now, what was nice was that on Friday's action, what you had was, it calmed down. The markets had calmed down. You had a small range bar. And what does it do as of yesterday morning when it opens up? You've got another long range bar now to the upside. And you can see today what it's done, because those are the green lines that are on my chart. If you're looking at that, that is now the retracement from the top to the bottom. So that's from the 80.43 level to the 74.86. So the 0.382 is 76.99. You can see how today, or an overnight trading, if you will, just simply sliced through that. And so you've got 2 days of long-range bars now. And what that's telling me that the U.S. dollar index wants to trade up to the 0.786 area. Came down to the 0.786 area. Looks to me like this thing wants to trade up, certainly at least to the 618, which is 78.30. And you've gotten to a high in trading today. You've gotten to a high of 77.84. So it's not that far away. But I really do, you have to respect these bars that we have here, these long-range bars. They give you information. They absolutely do. And what this is telling me is that this wants to go to that 79.24. Well, if that's the case, that's going to continue to put pressure on the U.S. market. If we go take a look at the currency market again, and we take a look at the yen that we have out there. Now, we're long the yen. We're short the yen. We're long the inverse ETF for that. And if we take a look at the yen, we had the Japanese government come in and intervene. They did that late on Sunday evening, if you will. Right now, you've got that trading at 78.21. The last time that they intervened like this was back here, I believe it was March 21st. And you had, the last time they intervened was right here on the August the 3rd. And they intervened there. You can see how the yen shot up and then it started moving back. In this case here, we haven't seen a retracement back. So the yen still looks strong. I believe if we take a look at the yen chart on a monthly basis, and I'll pull that up here, one of the reasons that we went into this trade was because of this hammer candle on a monthly basis, very strong candle that you want to understand. And on a monthly basis, going back to the March 31st, 2011, you had that hammer candle form. What you did here, folks, is you had it tested on the month of August 31st. You had it tested this month as well, and it's rejected that. Now, if you close below that, game off. What that would mean is that the yen is going to continue to get stronger. That'll create a problem for you, for me. It'll certainly create a problem, this Christmas season. This will create a problem longer than that, because so many of the parts that go into the things that you and I use that we take for granted, whether they're our computers, whether they're working well or they're not working well, whatever it is, we still rely upon so much that comes over from Japan. Myself, I like to rely on the great fish that they have over there, albeit maybe a little bit more radioactive these days. Hopefully it's not, but that's take a look at the yen. Let's go back here and take a look at the take a look at the volume, and I'll do that by taking a look at the opening range. Now, one of the things that you want to do, doesn't matter whether you're a day trader. Look, if you're a day trader, you absolutely, this is a must. But just simply to understand what's going on in the marketplace, you want to take a look at the opening range. What I consider the opening range to be the first 30 minutes of the trading session, so between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. There's going to give you, at that stage, it's going to give you a high and a low during that period. I don't care when the high or the low comes in. In this case here right now, as we're looking at it, the low came in at 9:34. I'm looking at the Qs. The low on the Qs out here is, at that stage, was 116.31. We still have more time left in this 30-minute session, but, you know, what happened is overnight you get things that are really wound up. And in the first 30 minutes of trading, you know, everybody has basically got their positions on, if you will, or the majority of their positions on. And this is where it's going to give you a ton of information. Now, you can see when we traded down this morning, during the first, let's see, this is a 1-minute chart that I've got up on my screen. And if you're taking a look at the daily range, this is what I recommend. I recommend you put a 1-minute chart on your screen. I also recommend that you have a 5-minute and a 30-minute. Those are the 3 screens that you would want, or 3 charts that you would want. You know, you can add a 4th one, which would be the daily. And what this is going to help you is going to help you because it doesn't matter when we take a look at swing points and we take a look at volume. It really doesn't matter what time frame it is that you're on. Now, on a 1-minute chart, you've got a lot of noise. But it doesn't really matter. And when you take a look, I'll just switch this over to a 5-minute chart here right now. But this will help you to understand whether you're trading above the high of that session or the low of that session. And as you come back into that, are you coming back into that with lighter volume or weaker volume? Now, if we take a look at the 5-minute bars that are out there, in the first 5 minutes, you had 652,000 shares. You can see how the positions were put on right at the open, whether those were people that decided to go short or whether those were long covering positions. Doesn't really matter. You still had that many positions in the Qs, or shares traded, if you will. And you can see the volume here has really pulled back a bit. In the last 5-minute trading session, you did 216,000. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to mark the high and the low, see where we bust out. If we bust out of that on light volume, then you know, that's giving you a signal. Maybe it's just simply a retracement back to yesterday's open that you've got out there. Chances are, when you're inside this bar, you'll go up, you'll test the bottom or the top on lighter volume, and then that will give you the trading range, if you will, for the day. And trading ranges, folks, are something that you absolutely want to understand. You can do that. My subscribers do it. Go take a look at that webinar that's on your members page, Position Sizing Calculator. You'll understand average true range is a little bit better there as well. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow down 280. We'll be right back.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just 1, but 2 exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, the Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses, keep money in your community, and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Now is the time for Tiger Dollars. Purchase $250 or more before November 4th and receive a 30% match. Go to the front page of TFNN.com and get your Tiger Dollars today.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You know, you got to love life. You know, I talked to you about the importance of being able to overcome hurdles, you know, and just simply the universe is going to throw you curveballs. And that's exactly what the universe is doing with me this morning. You know, maybe my computer system is moody, if you will. Maybe it just simply it absolutely is moody. So I think that the Dow is off 250, the composite off 62, the small caps off 19 points. The S&P down 29. So, and I apologize for anybody that's trying to watch this on Tiger TV. You can't see my screens. We've just turned that off, and we'll try to fix that during the Money Masters show. So when I come back for the show from 11 to 12, you know, we'll have all that fixed. But you know what we do have, and what's really important to understand, and you want to take a look at that Dow Diamonds chart, folks, is because what you've got is, now I'll go see if I can. I know I can pull this up, whether the numbers are right or not. I'm going to pull up the SPY chart here. And I'm going to pull up the SPY daily chart, because what you'll see is when we were making highs in the SPY, that what we also have, and it's still out there, is an island reversal pattern. And so the SPY chart, we're taking a look at that island reversal. That island reversal occurred, that was just a one-day session. That occurred on July 7th. And you can see that once we created that, the market moved down substantially. So it is absolutely important to keep your eye on this. If you take a look at Apple, Apple has an island reversal pattern. You know, you want to pay attention to these. And island reversals, folks, are where you simply, between 3 trading sessions, you have a gap up and there's a void of price. And on that 3rd trading session, you've got a gap down, if you will. And, yeah, none of my charts are going to show. I've turned that off just simply because it was causing too much trouble for folks in the den and everywhere. So we'll try to get those charts, the system working for the next show. So you want to be paying attention to that. Again, we won't know until we see how today's trading session can go. Can the Dow make a big comeback from 250 points down? We'll see. With King Dollar, with what's going on in Europe, with the mere fact that they simply didn't really solve any problems out there. And having these new moons come in where we sell on the new moon during the bear market, when you've got this planetary index, you absolutely want to be able to respect what's on out there, and especially if you're long, there have been so many signs, there's so much that is screaming at us, especially for everybody that has their money in their 401k accounts, and this is money where folks are going to stay, where your money manager is going to stay fully invested. I'm not suggesting that you necessarily play the short side. Playing the short side of a market is hard to do, but you can certainly take your money out and put it in cash. And the reality is that markets go up and down. It's a breathing pattern. The problem here, folks, is that what we're facing is a big, huge breath right now, because when you have those patterns line up, when you have things line up where it's just a 786 retracement from the highs that maybe were made on May 2nd, or in the case of the diamonds, the highs that were made in July, there are just too many things lining up for an ABC pattern on the way down. We've got volume to the downside. In the case of the SPYs, for example, if you go to October 4th, the volume down there is 458 million. When we take a look at the volume up at the high, it was 389 million. Not too bad. Then the following session on Friday, 227 million. Yesterday, you came off with 227, 220. So volume today, where you've got this gap down, is going to be important to watch as well. But we've got volume down at that October 4th area, hasn't been tested. Have we just simply created a wider trading range that can just simply go sideways for a period of time? Absolutely. But, folks, if that's a wide trading range, you can make a ton of money. I want you to understand the money management principles. Please go take a look at the webinar on your members page. You want to understand how to use the 1% risk, because it is absolutely a way to overcome whatever hurdles it is that you face in life. Thanks so much for being with me here. It's been great to overcome the internet hurdles that I've had, folks. Have a great morning, and stay tuned for Tom and I and the Money Masters. We'll be back in about 8 minutes. Thanks, folks.
Of Mastering Probability, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful Money Masters out there. Good Monday to you. Happy Halloween to everyone out there that's celebrating Halloween. I know that I am wearing my Halloween outfit, if you will. I got my samurai sword on. I've got my samurai outfit on because it is, we're going to talk about the yen today. We're going to go take a look at the currencies, because if you trade currencies and you were up, I don't know, around 7:30, 8:30 last night, you saw some huge moves going on. And, we'll go ahead and take a look at that. But I absolutely love being here with you, folks. I hope you had a great weekend. I know I did. And, congratulations to the St. Louis Cardinals for winning Game 7. I love sports that go down to, you have a World Series, right? And they played, I don't know how many, 180 games or so. And you get to that stage where you're in the finals, and, for it to go to Game 7, it's really great. And, I was rooting for the Cardinals. My parents, when they were alive, they lived in St. Louis, and, absolutely cool town, a little hot in the summertime. And, so that was great. And, for all of you listeners that are listening to the archive show up in New Hampshire, I am sorry for your pain up there. You folks have gotten hammered with a Halloween snowstorm. You talk about trick or treats. There's no treat in a wet snowstorm that's pulling down trees. And, living in Florida, we get hurricanes that come here all the time. Well, not all the time. This year, in fact, we didn't have anything really that touched the state that I'm aware of. And we're used to having downed trees during storms like that. In fact, heck, I was cutting down a tree not too long ago that just simply fell down in my yard. But the cool thing is, when we have these big storms, you've got power companies from all over the country that are coming to help out. You've got folks that, are in the business of the tree cutting business that are coming down. And so I am sure that it's nice to be able to help repay, for all that kindness. So I'm sure that Florida Power and Light, Progress Energy, all of the companies here from Florida, from the south, are on their way up there to help you folks out to dig out. You get still snow on the ground up there, I believe, although I heard it's going to be in the 50s, so it's going to start warming up and turn that stuff into some nice slushy mud, if you will. And I heard there was even talk about canceling Halloween up in that area, which, makes a lot of sense. If there's down power lines, it's a very unsafe area. So if you are catching this because you happen to have power, or you're catching this on your radio, the archive show, thanks so much. And all you folks listening out in the West Coast and Spokane, thank you as well. And what's so important is just simply to make sure that no matter what's going on in life, folks, is that you've got positive expectancy. Now, positive expectancy, it's a state of mind. It's an absolute state of mind, and it's so important to be able to, in a heartbeat, you've got always two ways to be able to look at things. And when you're a trader, when you're an investor, whatever financial decision it is that you're making, there's always two sides to every story. If you're buying, somebody's selling. So no matter what, when you've done your homework, what you want to make sure is that you realize that there's always two sides to every story. And quite frankly, when you're dealing with a conflict, whatever that might be, realize that there's two sides to every story. And, don't assume that your side is the right one, because it's all about visualization. And if you're looking at a chart, it's about visualization. And you want to take a look at, once you've made your decision, if you will, once you've come up with all of your conclusions and your reasons why you should be right about what you've done, just step back for a second and say, well, what if the exact opposite was true? Because if you're selling, somebody's buying, right? So the exact opposite is true for that firm, for that individual with regard to their trade. And it's always good to do that in life. Had some really great emails and conversations with clients and even folks that aren't clients and just simply have sent me emails, folks that are sending me emails asking for a copy of the money tree, and because money does grow on trees, folks. And if you haven't gotten your copy of it, just send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. I'm happy to send that out to you. But had some really great conversations with some listeners, with some clients. And, what's really interesting is that all of us have what we call these anchors in life. Some of us know what the anchors are, because in my case here, what I try to do is help you to visualize positive anchors in your life. For most folks, it's a boat anchor. A boat anchor meaning that's going to, drag you down and hold you and keep your boat in position, if you will, yourself in position. And that is not how you grow. And you want to make sure that whatever the anchors are that you've got in your life, that it's really positive anchors. When you go back and you've got to draw on something, whether it's a black cloud that's over you, think is over you, or that the universe is taking advantage of you, or life has kind of knocked you down but you're trying to get back up. Well, all you've really got to do is pull that other anchor, that boat anchor up, right? Pull that boat anchor up and create some positive expectancy anchors. You've all got them. They're all, no matter how bad life could possibly be for you, if you go back and you replay some of your greatest moments, some of the moments that you are most grateful for, and you create those as your new anchors, if you will, folks, you'll set sail on a boat that will take you to wherever it is that you want to go in life. Because, your past doesn't have to equal your future. In fact, your past shouldn't equal your future, unless you really want it to. Unless you're just simply living in such a state of positiveness, then that's a wonderful thing. Then you do want to carry that forward. But positive expectancy, folks, that's where it's a mindset. And the greatest folks on this planet, the greatest folks who've achieved the most, who are the happiest folks, they've got a positive expectancy. When it comes to the money game, there's really just 5 core questions that you've got to ask yourself. In fact, folks, you should be watching us on TigerTV. I know I didn't mention that already. You can go to the homepage of TFNN.com. You'll see TigerTV. You'll be able to see this show live because, everything is visual. Most people will learn visually. You're able to take a look at my screens, whatever it is that I throw up on my screen. Oftentimes I start my day off with my favorite place on the planet. That's what's over my right shoulder right now. It's my favorite spot in Hawaii. But there's really just simply 5 core questions that you have to ask yourself before you decide that you're going to go ahead and play the money game. Those questions, folks, is what you've got to always understand in life. Doesn't matter whether it's a money game or any other game in life that you're playing. You always want to understand what your potential is. And the money game, you want to decide what your potential is so that you can decide to play the game. So whatever it is in life, whether it's the money game that you're playing or some other game in life, understand what the potential is of what it is that you're doing. Number 2, folks, you've got to understand what action is it that you've got to take in order to accomplish what you want, in order to play the money game. And number 3, folks, you've got to understand what results can you expect if you play the money game. If you're going to play the money game, you can expect you're going to have results that are both wins and losses, because playing the money game is nothing more than a distribution of wins and losses. You can't expect that when you play the money game that on your next trade you're going to win. But what you want to do, because you understand that those are the types of results, because you're going to have wins and losses, is you've got to understand what belief system is it that you've got to show up with in order to successfully play that game, folks. And then you've got to understand what's the best way for you to do it. Well, when you're talking about understanding a distribution of wins and losses, it's always about understanding how do you minimize your risk and how do you maximize your gains. You've heard that before. Well, that's why I created that power of one, that power of 1%. The power of one is really you. The power of 1% is how you go ahead and you manage your money. And folks, understanding that you're going to have a series of distributions of wins and losses doesn't mean that you look at something over a period of 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks. You got to look at it over a longer period of time. And as long as the system that you're trading has a positive expectancy, then when you get tied down to when you have some losses, because you're going to have several wins in a row and you're going to have several losses in a row. That's just simply part of the money game, but it should not stop you from playing. In fact, each time you see a trade set up that's a pattern that you trade that you know has got a positive expectancy, the patterns that we trade around here, we trade off of swing points, and we take a look at volume, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. We take a look at Gartley and butterfly patterns, and I can teach you how to do that. And you want to understand, what I've got up on my screen right now, you've got to understand that if you were to risk 1% on every trade, and risking 1% doesn't mean that's what you have invested. It just simply means that is what is your total capital that you're going to risk. If you have $100,000, your risk would be $1,000 on each trade. And then what we use around here, folks, is we use stops on all of our trades. When you use a stop and you've only risked 1% of your capital, then you're going to determine what your position size is. If you haven't been to the position sizing webinar, we put that on everybody's homepage, if you will. And all of our customers, all of our clients have a homepage. If you're not one of our clients, there's no cost to become a member. We want you to become a member because, folks, part of being able to take your level from where you're at to where you want to go is by being able to change your peer group. You absolutely need to change your peer group. If you're listening in here, you absolutely should be a member. So if you're not, just go to the homepage of TFNN, sign up to become a member, and automatically, after you've opted back in on the email, on your page, you will see Position Size Webinar. You'll see a button. It's a 1 hour. It's maybe 50 minutes, actually. And you will want to do this because you'll better understand this power of one. You'll understand risk-reward. Please do that, even if you're not in the money game. Do it for somebody else. Do it for your children, because this is how you attain financial freedom. And I want you to absolutely be able to do that, folks. And what I want you to do is I want you to make sure that what you do, folks, is you implement 3 beliefs for lasting success. Those 3 beliefs, folks, no matter what it is, whether it's a money game or anything else you're playing, is you've got to decide that this must change now. If you're looking to get from A to B, if you're looking to get from 0 to 60, if you're looking to get from $10,000 to $100,000, you've got to decide that this must change now. And, folks, not only must it change now, but you must change it now, and that you can change it now. And I'm here to tell you, you absolutely can. Most times, we are just simply way too hard on ourselves. I mean, way too hard on ourselves. And you don't need to be that. Most people that are closer to you see more inside what you are than what you are. And I got that kind of flavor from some of the emails and correspondence that I got over this weekend. I could tell that people were being a little bit too hard on themselves. But what was so great, what was the common thread there, was that they really were starting to move from where they were. They were starting to bust out of their shell. They were starting to have a belief system of positive expectancy. And that's what it's all about, folks. So we get back, we'll go take a look at currencies. We'll go to Mark in New Hampshire, take a look at TZA, 877-927-6648. Happy Monday morning to you, folks. Thanks for being here. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story gold mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Give me a call if you want me to take a look at a chart. Would absolutely love to hear from you. And let's go to, let's take a look at the yen here. That's why I'm wearing my Halloween outfit, if you will. Got my Japanese yen shirt on. And what I've got up on my screen, so make sure you're tuned in to Tiger TV. Now, I've got a long-term chart up here. I've got a monthly yen chart up here. And I'm drawing an ABC pattern. Now, the A point on the yen, let me get my cursor over here, is right over here, the month of, let's take a look at this, month of September 1998. And the high on the yen there was 139.9. Now, that's our A point. Our B point on the yen came all the way down on the monthly chart to the November 30th, 1999 time frame. The low there was 101.25. Worked all the way up, retraced back all the way up to February of 2002. Now, I'm just going to, for the heck of it, let's just go take a look and see what that retracement is. It is most likely, let me just move a couple things over here on my screen. So if we take a look at our retracement tool, going from that A to that B point, that low. And what you can see is the yen retraced up somewhere between almost to the 0.786, which is not uncommon. You're dealing with three retracement areas, 382, 618, and 786, and it's really right in between those two areas. Then the 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D completion would have taken the yen down to $88. Now, I've got, if you take a look at my cursor or the crosshair on that, you know, what you can see is that the yen actually got down in that area on January of 2009 and February of 2009, and then it retraced back up and it continued its move down. Now, it's made a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals C to D, but it took a long time to do that. And it's really important to take a look at those angles. When you take a look at A, B, C, D patterns, you want to take a look at his price along the line of the A to B pattern. If you take a look at my screen, the angle of A to B is matching what's on C to D. And if the price is starting to wane, if you will, over to the right side of that angle, it's just simply telling you that it's not as powerful of a move, if you will. In this case here, doesn't mean that I can't go there, but it's just helping you to understand the real energy between any punch. And when you're taking a look at ABCs, you know, you want to be able to take a look at that. Now, a 1 to 1.272 ABC takes you down to 76.27. Well, the yen actually traded below that. Now, so that's on a monthly chart, and monthly charts are going to have more meaning than a weekly chart, going to have more meaning than a daily chart. It's going to give you a longer-term trend. So whenever you're taking a look at a chart on something that you want to trade, you want to understand what's the longer-term trend that you're looking at, what's the weekly, what's the daily, you know, as you dig down into it. In this case here, we know that we completed a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals C to D. We're not looking for perfection here. We're looking to be in a range. It's all you need to be in is a range. We don't try to buy the bottom tick or sell the top tick. We just simply want to be within inside a range, because that's an expectation that's not a positive expectation. You might think perfection is a positive expectation, but it's the lowest expectation, it's the lowest standard that you could live with. We use these numbers here as our guideline as to when to go ahead and enter the trade. And then we take a look at what else is going on. What other patterns might be out there? Well, there's Japanese candlesticks. That's what it is that I'm looking at on my screen. And one of those candlesticks that has a lot of relevance that I love to trade is called the hammer candle. And if you take a look on the monthly chart, what you'll see is on March of 2011, what the yen did, this is the U.S. dollar yen currency pair. And what you'll see is that you've got this hammer candle. Now, a hammer candle is where, in the month of this case here, traded all the way down to the low. Let's take a look at that price. The low is 76.34. And then what it does is the bulls come in, if you will, and they push that price up. In this case here, you can see you've got a green body at the top. Your wick, that's what we call it. That's that line, you know, that's holding up that candle, if you will. That area there is the low that it traded to. And what you like to do is you like to enter a trade on a hammer somewhere around 50% of that wick to the actual bottom of that wick. And oftentimes you'll see a hammer. You've got to be patient. This is like fishing, if you will. And if you miss a trade, it's just like you were sitting out there fishing and you just missed a fish. There's going to be another one that's going to come by. In this case, but you want to make sure you're taking a look at the reward to risk ratio, and you want to look at it when it gets down to that 50% level. My subscribers and I, we are long the yen trade, if you will. In this case here, it means we're really short the yen, but in taking a look at this currency pair, so we're short the yen. That means that we expect that the yen to weaken. That's really what this chart is showing us. This is showing us a long-term monthly chart. Now, we don't know if the trade is going to be right, but what we did want to see, today being October 31st, we did want to see a close above that low of that 76.34. You can see it's been tested. This will be the third month in a row. Is 3 times the charm? Well, if we go take a look at what's going on in the currency market, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some shorter-term charts here. When we get back, we'll go take a look at the currency market. We'll see the euro traded lower last night. You'll see the yen traded lower. You'll see King Dollar reared its head last evening. 877-927-6648 to get the Dow futures off 125, NASDAQ off about 21, and we'll be right back.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, more than 40 different mining equities, as well as some of the most popular precious metal ETFs, including the GDX and the SLV. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report that will help you take advantage of investment opportunities at the current historic gold price levels. To order your Gold Report today with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com or call our office directly at 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. That's our call-in number. And in a minute, we're going to go to Mark from New Hampshire. But we are absolutely off to the races. You've got the Dow down 127 right now. You've got the composite off 35, small caps off 12, and the S&P's 15. And Mark, thanks so much for calling in and holding. And so how are things up there?
Well, we don't have power, but, you know, we have generators, so everything works out.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. But you have a generator, but not everybody's got a generator up there.
No, you know, I'm like an old Boy Scout, pre-prepared.
Yeah. So how bad, how bad is it, in your neighborhood or where you're traveling to is,
well, it's like, I got 15 inches of snow. I'm like up on top of a mountain. But
oh, man.
If you drive down a mile away from me, Chris Carpenter lives, so it's a pretty cool spot, you know?
Yeah.
He did he pitch a seventh game for the for the Cardinals?
Yes, I think so. Yep, absolutely. I think so.
He's a townie like me.
That's cool. Yeah, I think the first couple of innings he struggled, but man, he had some good stuff after that. And
he's a good kid.
Yeah.
No, I graduated from the same high school as him.
Oh, so. Cool. Yeah, it was a game. It was a series with obviously lots of stories. It was a really good series, I thought. And I love anything that's going to go to Game 7. And it wasn't.
I like Texas, honestly, because I'm a big Texas kind of guy.
Yeah. Look, great team, and you talk about.
I want to see them win one.
Yeah, you talk about, in Game 6, there's so many opportunities that they had to actually put it away, and but that's sports. That's that power of focus and energy. And now, have they actually canceled Halloween, if you will, trick-or-treating for the kids up there? Is that the...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just too dangerous.
We kind of like it.
Well, thanks for calling in. Now, you wanted to look at TZA. Are you?
Yeah, listen, I bought some positions. I was down at Foxwoods, and my heart said at 3:30 I was listening, and I said, this storm is going to wreak havoc. Who knows what's going to happen?
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out what to do. So I said, what?
That's
why
funny.
not?
That's funny.
So I went short a bunch of stuff, and I'm trying to figure out if I should close my positions this morning.
Well, I think that so much of what's going on, so much of the buzz that we saw last week was, first you've made money this morning, so you've got to be able to make that call. As far as why you went into the trade. But if you first take a look at, what's going on currency-wise, and I'll do that, in another segment or what have you. But if you take a look at the IWM, folks, what the IWM has done is if you go back to the highs that it made on May 2nd, and the high there on the IWM was 86.81. What it's done is it's retraced back to that 0.618 area, which was 76.60. And in the case here of, I don't know what's going on with my computer. I've had some problems here.
Yeah, I know that situation.
Oh, my God. Last night, there must be a virus or something on this thing. And so when I'm taking a look at the IWM, it retraced right back to that area, that 75.60. So, if you're looking at this and you've got volume at the lows on the IWM, so that's good for your TZA trade. And, and the question is really, what are your thoughts with regard to what really moved the markets? Was it earnings that moved the market? Was it this, European financial stability facility is what they're calling it? Is that what really moved the markets? Because the currency markets last night were telling us that they didn't buy into it at all. We had huge moves. Obviously, now you had the move in the yen, where, the Japanese finance minister came in and said, we're going to support, we're going to weaken the yen. We're absolutely going to weaken the yen. But what you had was the yen weakening, you had the euro weakening, you had the pound weakening, and that's some pretty big signal with regard to what's going on currency-wise. Mark, if you don't mind holding, we'll come back to TZA, IWM, and Mark in New Hampshire. We'll be back in just a minute, folks.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted that was less than you guys said, so, you know, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. You got the Dow down 145, S&P's down 17, and we're on our line with Mark in New Hampshire. And Mark is trading the TZA. So, you know, Mark, one way to take a look at this trade, you know, because I know you just like to simply get in there, make your money, and go have some fun, is on the TZA, you've got this little gap that's open from 3 trading sessions ago. The low on that gap is 32.51, and the volume that you had on that bar was 39 million shares. You know, maybe what you want to do is, you know, it looks to me like it wants to at least go up there and fill that gap. And in the IWM, you know, you've gapped down really pretty much on all the ETFs. When I take a look at the dollar index, what's going on with the euro and the yen and the pound right now, you know, there's going to be some pressure on the markets. Absolutely going to be some pressure on the markets. And just a normal pullback in the small caps and the IWM should take it down to that 70.52 area. So, you know, it might be one way for you to go ahead and play that. And or just you know, also just put a trailing stop in there, and if for some reason the market turns around, like, you know, let it take you out of the take you out of the trade. But I think the reality is you can see the IWM, you know, even move up to that $40 area.
Yeah, let me just say this: fundamentally, this storm that hit us on the East Coast is going to destroy profits for most small businesses.
Wow, that's...
So you figure it out. I mean, this is a real loser.
Yeah.
For some people.
Yeah, that's sad. That's sad to hear. That's sad to hear.
I mean,
sure.
snowplow. We have a operation up here. We made money.
Yes.
All weekend long, and you know, it's just we take care of our neighbors, and the bottom line is it always works out good.
Yeah, well, the big thing is getting the power on back up there. So, you know, I know there's
no power. So
yeah, so I know there's probably you've got. I'm sure there's all kinds of trucks from Florida on their way up there, from the Carolinas, from Georgia. You know, one of the things what is really cool is that when you have disasters like this, situations like this, is people are willing to pitch in and help out and get up there, and and that's really cool. And it is all about safety. So sad to say that kids aren't going to dress up in their favorite Halloween costume and head out tonight, but they'll come up with some way to celebrate it, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's going to be 25 degrees.
Oh, man. Come on down here. But anyways, that's my thought on TZA. So, Mark.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Steve. You make me a lot of money.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks for the call. I really do. Thanks for calling. Have a great day. Now, folks, let's go take a look at the currency. So let's take a look at what it is that I'm really looking out there. Now, last night, and I'm going to pull up the Japanese yen chart here in just a minute, and we're going to take a look at this on I'm just going to put this on a 5-minute chart. And what you're going to see is when the Japanese, take a look at this candle here. And this started at the at 21:30, so what's that make it? About 9:30 last night. I was sitting there texting Tom. Now, we're in this trade. My subscribers and I were in this trade. And, I'm sitting here texting Tom last night saying, are you watching the screen like I am? And when I was taking a look at the currency, because what I had up on my screen was not just the yen chart, but I was working on my newsletter. I had the yen chart, the pound chart, the euro chart, and King dollar. And, and as soon as I saw this move, I knew a move like this, that there was likely, intervention. Now, the key here, over the weekend, I was taking a look and trying to read as much as I could about the EFSF, the European Financial Stability Facility, just trying to get underneath the covers to understand what in the heck is it that was really pushed out there last week on Thursday, and what was really behind that. And what I found, in fact, if somebody else has done any research on there and they can help me understand better than what it is to understand, just please give me a call, 877-927-6648. But what I found is there wasn't a whole lot underneath the covers. That what was pushed out there was really nothing more than a marketing campaign, if you will, a potential commitment to what it is that they're going to do. Yes, they went ahead and they got the private owners of the bonds, of the Greek bonds, to go ahead and take a 50% haircut. So, yes, that absolutely was done. People took their losses. But at the same time, they created this, here's we're going to fund this thing with 1.7 trillion or whatever the actual number ends up being, but they don't have anything funded. So I know, and quite frankly for us, that with the Japanese yen continuing to get stronger, that's really not good for you. That's not good for us, because so many, Japan is the, believe it's the largest importer for us, or the third largest importer of all of the electronics that are going into all the gadgets, that we're using here. And so Japan is really important, whether it's our cars, whether it's our gadgets, technology. And this is really all about technology. You take a look at what it is that we're delivering today to you through TigerTV, the things that you've got in your home, your cars, listening to us on the phones. It's all about technology. Well, we can't afford for the yen to continue to get stronger, because it's just simply, you've got Nintendo over there that I don't think has lost money as a company for a full fiscal year, in 30 years. And I believe that this year they're going to actually have a loss over there. It's not a good situation. And so now so one way of how Japan weakens their currency and then helps out Europe, if you will, is that they start printing more money. They weaken their currency, and they do that by buying these bonds, if you will, and that would be one way to facilitate it. Well, if that were going to happen, I was taking a look at the yen weakening and the euro strengthening, and if the euro was going to strengthen because it's such a big weighting of the dollar index, that meant that our dollar index, our U.S. dollar index, was going to continue moving lower. What I was trying to build here was what's going on in Europe, what's going on currency-wise, because currency is, makes our markets that we trade here, our equity markets, just so small compared to what goes on from a currency standpoint. I mean, there's, $4 trillion a day or something going on in the currency markets, and the U.S. markets here that we trade, not anywhere close to that. And so trying to put together, let's say, the bullish case, because I was looking, because last week we had this new moon perigee combination, along with we also had this 17 planetary aspects. And what I know is long-term that the results of what we saw last week are going to be very significant, either a significant high or a significant low. And when I talked about wanting to understand both sides of the trade, trying to build the bullish case in our market, if you will, what's that bullish case look like? Well, last night when we took a look at the currencies out there, we had the Japan yen weaken, we had the euro weaken, we had the pound weaken, and the U.S. dollar absolutely just took off. Right now you've got the euro trading below 140. It's down at 139. If I pop that up on the screen here, and we just take a look at that 5-minute chart as well, you can see how this thing fell off the cliff, and that's going to put a ton of pressure on the markets that we trade right now today. We'll see what kind of volume it is we've got coming off of the highs that we've made out here. 877-927-6648. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
As Tom says, go long, America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before October 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you only have until October 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider, David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed, with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Now is the time for Tiger Dollars. Purchase $250 or more before October 31st and receive a 30% match. Go to the front page of TFNN.com and get your Tiger Dollars today.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow down 143. You got the composite down 38, 39. Small caps down 15, leading the way down over 2%. And you got the S&P down 1.3%, down 17 points. Now, just to kind of complete the trade here, the trade that, because a lot of my clients don't actually trade the currency pairs, and when you have a trade like this, when we had this, monthly hammer candle that we took a look at on the Japanese yen, when you know that there's just no way that it's good for the world for their currency to continue to get stronger, we had the forget about that. That's just the fundamental thing, but you just simply took a look at the chart. You knew you were up against that hammer candle. And what I really want to help you understand is when you've got your back up against the wall and you've got a positive expectancy system. See, I trade those hammer candles. I trade the Gartleys and butterflies, and what I know is I don't need to get all of my trades right. In fact, I'm not going to get all of my trades right. No one is. You're not going to. That's why you want to understand that power of 1 or 1%, because when you have a positive expectancy system, not just, I mean, that truly on paper works, folks, you know you're going to have a series of losing trades. I had a series of losing trades in the month of October, but it was all contained within inside that 1%. It was all from a distribution probability standpoint. It all made sense. When you take a look at the larger expectancy table, what is you can expect out of your trading system, and if you don't know what that is, you should know what that is. And I can teach you how to do that. I talk about that in the free webcast that I did, but you've got to be a member of TFNN, so, go check that out. And if you already are a member, go spend the 50 minutes and listen to that webcast. Now, the trade we got into, because of this, was an ETF. YCS is a trade. Now, we got into that on Friday, and we got in right at the open, which was 39.81. That's also where it closed. Right now, that's trading at 42.12. That's up 6%, folks. That's up 6% in 1 day. And, I think this is going to go higher, but the reward to risk is not in it now. If you're not in this trade, don't go take this trade. Instead, what you want to do is you'd rather sign up for example, go test out my newsletter for 30 days, or test it out for longer than that, folks. It's a great investment in yourself. You'll see a system that produces a positive expectancy. Are there going to be losing trades? Absolutely. But what you're going to risk is 1% or less than 1% of your trading capital. And when you can do that, you can place your trade. You can sleep easy at night, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to place our trades when our back is up against the wall. We're going to understand what the true range is on a trade, because we know that we're not worried about entering at the exact bottom tick. You just don't need to do that. And I want to be able to help you relieve your mind of that. I want to be able to show you a great way to trade, and that was on this YCS trade, and there's more like that out there. Now I'm fishing for more trades. We're going to take a look at these markets and see where things trade down to. But the currency markets right now are screaming that they just don't believe what came out of Europe last week. There's too many things that right now have to go right in Europe. They've got to convince China to buy the bonds. They've got to convince somebody to buy the bonds. But right now, what's happening is you've got this little perfect storm. You talk about a storm up in the East Coast this weekend. Well, you've got this storm here in the currency market that is brewing, and that storm being that you've got the Japanese yen weakening, you've got the Canadian dollar weakening, you've got the euro weakening, you've got the pound weakening. You want to talk about where was Elvis? Apparently Elvis was on the beaches of Italy or somewhere, Elvis, our King Dollar, if you will, relaxing, for the weekend, because the king knew that he was going to come back, and the king has come back in a strong way. What you can take a look at here is at least what you'll see out of this move here is you will at least see a retracement to that 0.382 area. Where would that be on the dollar? You're looking for the dollar to move up to 76.99 at a minimum. You're at 76.14. Folks, stay tuned. You got Tom and myself on the Money Masters, then Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, David White, and Tom O'Brien to take us home. Thanks so much for joining me. Absolutely love being here with you. And I'll see you again in about 8 minutes. Stay tuned, folks.
Looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online.